Morning, Year 10. Today we're looking at equations with brackets. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through a couple of questions and then I'm going to unleash you onto your work for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at equations with brackets, and I'm going to start off with a nice one. So back when we were doing expanding, we talked about how things like 3x plus 4 can be written as 3 lots of x plus 3 lots of 4, and we can do the multiplication and end up with 3x plus 12. So whatever the number or letter is out the front, we multiply through. So what we're going to do today is we're going to expand on what we've already done. So if we were looking at example 1 and it asks for 3x plus 4 equals 14. If we need to work out what x is, easiest way to do that, start off by expanding. So we're going to end up with 3x plus 3 times 4 equals 14. Notice how I'm keeping the equals in the same spot. I'm only moving the things that I've touched. So I've got 3x plus 12 equals 14. And at this stage, I can look at what I've got to move. I've got a plus 12, so the opposite of plus 12 is minus 12. So I'm going to end up with 3x equals 2. X equals, to get rid of our 3, we divide both sides by 3. X equals 2 on 3. So working through, showing you working out, is going to really help you to get these done. Doing a little bit harder one, we're going to go with 3x plus 2 is the same as 12. So once again, just doing our expansions, so we end up with 3 times x plus 3 times 2 equals 12. 3x plus 6 equals 12. We've got a plus 6, so the opposite of plus 6 is minus 6 on both sides. 3x equals 6. Divide by, wrong colour, divide by 3 on both sides. X equals 6 divided by 3 is 2. So all we're doing exactly the same thing as we've done before. We're just adding in that equation section, so now we've got to work out what x is. When we're looking at question 1, we're given most of the question already. We're given 3x plus 7 equals 3 times something plus something times 7. So when we're looking to fill these in, we've got to do our multiplication. So 3 times x and 3 times 7. So it should be a 3 there. We're given that part, and then we're on to our next part, which gives us 3x plus, and just doing the calculation, we got 3 times 7 gives us 21. So that's what you're doing in question 1. When we're looking at question 2, what we're doing is we're expanding brackets. So if I was doing A, I've got 4 outside of x plus 3. So that means we're looking at 4 times x plus, because we've got a plus in the middle, 4 times 3. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 3 is 12. That's how we get our answer. We just need to show our working out, making sure that we're following the normal working out procedures, showing everything we're doing. Makes life so much easier. With question 3, we're actually just collecting like terms. So we've got for A, 5x plus 4 plus 2x. Now, when I went through collecting like terms, what I told you to do was to underline the ones that are the same. So I've got 5x and 2x, and I can add those together and get 7x. The 4's all by itself, so I'm just going to write it by itself. And there's our answer. Collected the like terms, so we identified them first. We said that 5x and 2x both have x's in them. We added them together, got our 7x, and then the 4 was left over, so we just write it all by itself. Question 4, we need to expand our expressions and then simplify. So if we're looking at something like the first one, 3 lots of x minus 4 plus x. So what I'm looking to see is I'm looking to see the expansion of the first part. So we got 3 lots of, mistake, 3 times x. We got a minus in the middle, so it's going to be a minus out the front. 3 times 4. Now, because the 3 isn't multiplied by the x, we're just going to put the x on the end so that we know that it's there and we can deal with it a bit later. Going through and doing our multiplications, 3 times x is 3x, minus 3 times 4 is 12, plus x. Now we're doing exactly what we did in our last question. We've got an x and an x. We're going to add those two together. 3x plus 1 more makes 4 x's. And we've got our minus 12 still there, so we're just going to write it in. It's not attached to anything, so we've got to just write it in so that we know that it's there. When we get up to question 5, we're actually asked to solve the equations. So what we're going to do here is, say for example the first one, we've got 2 lots of x plus 3 equals 11. So first step, we're going to go through and we're going to expand. So 2 times x plus 2 times 3, and we're going to leave equals 11. Once we've done our expansion, we do our multiplication. 2 times x is 2x, plus 2 times 3 is 6, and we've still got our equals 11. Next step we need to do, we've got this number and we need to get rid of it. The opposite of plus 6 is minus 6, so we take away 6 on both sides of the equals. We're left with 2x on this side equals 11, take away 6 is 5, and our final answer, because we've got to divide both sides by 2, divide by 2, we end up with x equals 5 divided by 2. Happy for you to leave it as a fraction. Don't muck around with it, just leave it there. When we get to fun stuff like question 6, we're actually going to have to do expansions on only one side, but we've got letters and numbers. So 2x plus 4 plus 2 more x's equals 12. So doing my expansion, 2 times x plus 2 times 4 plus 2x equals 12. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2x equals 12. So we got to this stage, we can see that we've got some like terms on the left hand side. So we've got 2x and 2x. We're going to add those two together and get 4x plus 8 equals 12. Now we got numbers on both sides. We're going to move this plus 8. The opposite of plus 8 is minus 8. So we're going to take 8 away from both sides. And we're going to be left with 4x equals 12. Take away 8 is 4. And last step, because they're both out of 4, we're going to divide by 4. And we're going to get x equals 1. So that should be enough to get you started. And hopefully you won't struggle too badly with this one. Have a nice day.